Whites and white sauce.
That's it. Good morning, Cincinnati. This is Gary Rossignol, Cincinnati's only rock and roll realtor with Remax Preferred Group. And we are ready for another segment of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour here on Saturday mornings. I am really excited about today's show because I have a friend with me. His name is Jay Smith, the Jay Smith, the one and the only Jay Smith that I know of.
Good morning, everybody.
There's a lot of other Smiths out there. There's a lot of other Jays, but there's only one Jay Smith that I know of. And this is him.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here with my old friend, Gary. And we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to talk about...
We're not hearing on the microphone yet.
Do I need to speak closer?
No, they're not hearing on that microphone yet. We're not broadcasting.
We're just doing
Facebook, yeah.
Good morning. I'm practicing. This
yeah,
is
he's
great,
practicing. His first time on the radio.
Well, Gary, it's a pleasure to be here this morning. We're going to talk a lot about music. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about our relationship, friends that we have, and we're going to talk about credit cards, credit card processing, what are credit cards, what do they mean to you, why the security, why the controls. We're going to answer your questions.
And you can ask questions. Call 513-563-1480 anytime during the show and ask a question, and we'll answer it. I don't know if it'll be the right answer, but we'll give you an answer.
We will give you a good answer.
And I also have Dan, my producer. Say hi, Dan.
Good morning.
Without Dan, we would not be broadcasting live. I'll tell you what. He is the most important person in this room today. And he doesn't get paid enough. So call his boss up this week and tell him Dan needs a raise. Seriously. And laughing in the background is my wife, Mary Jo. I'm going to bring her on in a little bit too. You're going to get to talk to her. I'm going to talk to her. You're going to hear me talk to her. And we're going to talk to each other like we talk in the kitchen at home. Well, I don't know about that.
I like that. Let's do it.
How we talk passing in the hallways. We got a lot of people jumping on board already so far this morning. Anyhow, I better get in place because we're about ready to go live on the radio here. So
I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dan Pananowski on Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO. The following is a paid program.
Oh my gosh.
Opinions are not necessarily those
Didn't even open my water yet.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, starring Gary Rossignol.
You'll need your headphones for phone calls and stuff.
All right.
Part of the program, 513-563-1480.
I'll wait for that.
Yeah,
To get
okay.
your answers to questions about your home.
I need a
and
little more
property.
volume.
The number again,
Stand by.
513-563-1480. Now,
Hey, good morning and happy summer, folks. I love Saturday mornings because I get to talk to you about real estate and music, as well as life in greater Cincinnati. And bringing you entertaining guests each week is my mission in life. How about that? And today I have a friend with me. He is a special guy with his own mission in life to help you however he can. His name is Jay Smith, and I will let him tell you all about himself. Good morning, Jay.
Hey, good morning, Gary. Thanks for having me here today.
You're welcome.
This is great. I want to thank you for the weather, first of all.
The weather?
Yeah, you broke the string of 90s and 100-degree heat. Yeah, I believe it's about 69 degrees outside right now. I'm looking at a beautiful sky.
I don't know if I'll take credit for that or not.
Well, you're getting the credit for that.
I'll take it. I'll take it wherever I can get it.
Absolutely.
Let's give away some money.
I have about $20 in my pocket. Is that what we're talking about?
I'm talking about a $5 gift card to Starbucks, and I didn't even give Dan the answer to the trivia question yet, but he might be able to guess it. So if you write this number down, 513-563-1480, and if you can call and give me the name of the first rock and roll star. He had a #1 hit back in 1955. The first rock and roll star.
First rock and roll star
don't
in
give it away.
1955.
Had a #1 hit in 1955. He was called the first rock and roll star. And
I think I know who it is.
do you?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say, of course. No.
Starts with a B.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had
Starts
it.
with a BH.
I didn't have it,
You got
and my
it.
wife would be surprised. She calls me Doc Rock.
513-563-1480. Call up with your answer for who was known as the first rock and roll star, and you'll get a $5 gift card to Starbucks. We got people calling in already. We got winners. How about that? That's great. I don't even have to give a clue. I had a clue to give, but I'm not going to.
I'm thinking of a theme song for a TV show.
What's your answer?
No?
No, I don't
All
think
right,
so.
all right, good to know.
It, yeah,
That-
you
that's
got
it.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
right.
got it.
If they can read lips, they got the answer.
Yeah, are you, those of you on Facebook, you just got it.
Yeah.
Call it in.
Can you write it down for me?
I guessed it.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
All right, yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, Dan knows now. He didn't know. We'll give a clue away in a few minutes if you want to get it. Get somebody to guess that one. So, all right. So where did we meet?
You and I met at what was formerly called TBN, which was the Business Network, now called H7.
Right.
It's an organization that was formed by Clayton Hicks and a few other people, and we met in Mason, where we were all gathered together one day for lunch in a small restaurant, and Clayton came in and talked to us about how to network, what is networking, how do we do it better, and that was the first time you and I met. You made quite an impression.
Oh.
There's not very many real estate rock and roll
Yeah,
agents
not
out
many.
there.
There are only one rock and roll
There's-
realtor. Yeah, it's me.
Rock and roll realtor. There was, and that stood out.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Well, you know, Gary Rasmussen gave me that. He was
Ah,
he impressed
all right.
me by being the musical insurance guy.
Yes.
I says, wow, that's pretty cool. And he says, well, you play rock and roll music. You're the rock and roll realtor.
I saw Gary, the musical insurance agent, once play a player piano.
Mm-hmm.
He has that.
He
you
can
know.
play a mean player piano.
Isn't it true?
You have to pump with both feet, man.
he did. He had it going.
And he
He
can
did
you can
well.
act like you're doing the thing, and boy, you can just impress the heck out of people.
He lip synced the song as well as lip synced the keys. It was impressive.
Oh my gosh! So Clayton and Angel Hicks, boy, they're quite a couple. Yeah, they've built that business up.
Gosh, I think it was probably, I'm going to go 7 years ago that you and I met. 7 years ago. And the organization's a little bit older than that, of course, and it's grown from, I don't know, a couple hundred members. When I first started it that long ago to over 1,000 now.
Yeah.
It's across the U.S., which is very impressive.
Yeah.
Feat, very impressive accomplishment for both Clayton and his and Angel,
Yeah.
his wife, who helps him run it.
Yeah. Right. Right. So you do a lot of stuff. You're a movie buff. Every week at H7, you give a
Thank you.
review of a movie.
Thank you.
And keeps us from going to bad movies.
What is an individual? Thank you.
How many bad movies do you see?
How many bad movies do I see? Well, that's based on the rating system, isn't it? So, but first and foremost, in the networking world, just like the one we're talking about with H7, you stand up in front of 30 some odd people and you give 30 seconds to tell who you are, what you do, and how to be remembered. I decided a while back that the way I was going to be remembered was
You
to
couldn't
do
be the rock and roll realtor.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't be the rock and roll insurance guy, rock and roll credit card guy. It just didn't have the right ring to it. So what I did to be remembered was I did movie reviews. And now I can actually, I'll be out to dinner, I'll be out to lunch, I'll be at another networking environment, and they'll go, I remember you. You did a movie review, and you gave it a rating of, and my rating system is pirate shirts. 1 to 5 pirate shirts.
Let me guess.
Nobody's
from a
a-
Seinfeld series.
You're exactly right. The puffy pirate shirt that he wore on Jay Leno or Johnny Carson,
Yeah.
one of those shows. But that's where I got it from. So all my movies get a pirate shirt rating. We have different categories. Are they good date night movies? Are they good action movies? How's the screenplay? The directing? Was it original? A lot of fun things. But what I do in 30 seconds, obviously I take time to introduce myself, but then I take a second. For example, I'll do my last one. May I do that one?
Okay, sure.
Okay, the last movie review I did started out like this. Prince, Madonna, Elvis, and now add to the name of artist of one-word fame, Jack Jack. Now, Jack Jack is a character from the movie Incredibles. There's a new
Okay.
movie out called The Incredibles 2. If there's a character that ever stole every scene that they were in, it's that character. Now, obviously, it's animated and it's fictional in that respect. But what an incredible character, Jack Jack. So I give this movie 4 pirate shirts out of 5. And I've never given 5 out of 5. But I gave this movie 4 out of 5 pirate shirts. Incredible screenplay, very original, well done. Of course, it was animated, so you can make sure that those things worked just great. And it was great for the whole family. It was a date night movie, intelligent humor. I recommend it. So far, that's the best movie of 2018.
Wow.
And I stand by that.
The Incredibles.
The Incredibles 2. Yes.
Do you have to see Incredibles 1 to understand Incredibles 2?
And I've had a lot of people ask me that question. No, you do not. You don't have to.
Okay.
You can jump it. It helps. And in some cases, every time there's a sequel, you always got to wonder, do they stand up on their own merit? We all remember the ill-fated Jaws 2, don't we? It was just a rebuff, and it was just a waste of time. Forgive me, Peter Benchley, forgive me for that. But
one pirate shirt.
One pirate shirt, and that was just for the shark itself, because shark's always badass. Excuse my French.
All right. So tell me this: what does electricity, internet, phones, and credit cards have in common?
They all have. They're all powered by electricity.
Okay.
They're all something that was made popular in the last century.
Okay.
Keep going.
So far, so good.
All right.
We're leading up to the credit card part.
Gotcha. It's responsible for the electronic movement of money.
Ah, there you go.
That was my segue. Thank you.
Okay.
Now that I know all four of those.
You gave me the idea earlier this week.
Thank you very much. That's right. That's my business. That's the field I'm in. The movement of money electronically.
Yeah. And is paper money going away?
If I put on my thinking cap, if I pretend that I'm a millennial or that age, the answer is yes, more than not. The ability to pay for things with cash is more almost as if you're out traveling. It's rural in your own environment. If you're at home, if you're just doing normal life, you're paying for things on the internet. You're going to a website, you're going to Amazon Prime, you're going to these different sites, and you're taking care of business that way. If you're out at the grocery store, the gas station,
How many of our
restaurant.
kids carry cash?
They don't.
They don't.
You're absolutely right. And the electronic movement of money is not going to go away. It's only going to continue to grow.
They'll go into Starbucks and buy a cup of coffee with a credit card.
They show their watch. They can now take their Dick Tracy
yes.
two-way wrist TV. Does anybody remember the Dick Tracy two-way wrist TV? It's real, obviously, and they just take it over to a monitor.
Shoe phone.
They can do Apple Pay, which is a wonderful feature. You take your smartphone, you tap the credit card device, and you pay that way.
Speaking of Starbucks, we have two winners, Jerry Taylor and Mike Rabe. Bill Haley was the answer.
Bill Haley in the comments,
Yeah.
Rock Around the Clock theme
That's it.
song for a TV show called Happy Days.
Ah, you're right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Right. So.
I would know that because I do movie reviews.
So Heartland Payment Systems is the
Yes.
company you work for.
Yes.
What exactly does Heartland
Well,
Payment Systems do?
Heartland Payment Systems processes credit cards. We're a technology company that's involved in the financial industry.
I thought your banks do that.
Banks participate in it as well. Most businesses, I call on businesses. What I do is, if you were a business owner, you would need to take credit card processing to survive. It is literally becoming a commodity, just like internet, just like water, just like power and gas. You're going to have to be able to take credit card payments or some kind of electronic processing of money to survive in your business. Heartland, which is the 5th largest credit card processing company in the United States, which has been around for about 17 years. I've been with them 12. They are a publicly traded company, Fortune 1000 company as well. It's been a pleasure to work for this company because they do things the right way. We make sure that we're taking care of the business owner. But you asked about banks, specifically. Banks have always been the channel of least resistance for business owners. They go, they open up a business bank account. The person behind the counter says, now let me set you up to be able to take credit cards. It's a natural. They normally don't ask questions. They don't just say, absolutely, what do I got to do? Train me on how to do it, and away it goes. We come in as a different company, a private contractor, and share with them there may be methods that allow you to take the credit card processing easier, faster, more securely, and hopefully give them a financial benefit as well. It is a commodity after all, so cost is an issue.
Can I get a little app, a little thing that plugs into this phone, and I can swipe credit cards and take payments right on my phone?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the wave of the future. It is an important big deal.
Do I need to set something up with you or my bank to do that?
That's right. That's correct.
Oh.
Now, we're not
I
going to talk
can't
about
ju-
banks anymore because they're competitors.
Yeah, I can't.
But,
I can't just go online and order one of them little cube things and plug it in and away I go.
It's funny. About a few years ago, there was a company called Square. Probably
Right.
the nation knows Square because of the advertising they did on TV, national campaigns, be able to take credit cards right on your phone. Now, that technology and the devices Heartland had around for years before Square even was
Okay.
a thing. But what Square did was they put it on the map because of the amount of money they spent on advertising. Square is one of those companies that anybody can sign up. If you had a lawn business, you just wanted to mow lawns in your neighborhood,
Mhm.
let's say you're 18 years old and you wanted to do that, you could call Square, set it up, and take credit card processing on your phone. Now, they charge for that, and maybe they charge a little bit more because it's an easy entry fix for
Okay.
that. Ours is a bit much more secure. We're a very large company. We make sure that all the rules and regs are being followed at all times. There's a term in our industry called PCI compliance. We make sure that everything is adhered to that, Gary. But the ability to take processing on your phone, I could set a customer up. We meet this morning. That's a Saturday on a business day because we do have to follow banking rules. The Federal Reserve sets the times when we can do these things. I could have them meet them in the morning, sign up an application, and done that night.
All right, hold that thought because we need to go away for our first break. When we come back, we're going to have a moment with Miles and some interesting facts about today's real estate market. We'll hear more from Jay in a few minutes as well. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9. All right, good deal. We're off to a great start. Oh man, I forgot to plug in the studio feed. Sorry about that. Well, we didn't have any phone calls, but you'll get the phone feed. You'll get the studio feed here in just a minute. I guess you all are able to hear that because we were talking plenty loud, so they got it as it was going on in the room. We didn't have anything going on, but we got a lot of people. We got Amy's watching, our daughter. Bring them on camera, whatever. Okay. Frida's watching. Miles. Karen. Karen, hey, good morning, Karen. Oh.
It'll be a star-studded show and
Let's see, we've got Miles, we've got John Wagner, we got Tim, Alonzo, Jane, Jen. We've got 2 daughters out of 3 watching. I'm going to plug you into the studio feed so you're going to get the news, the weather, the traffic, and then more of us.
Other top stars like Jackie Wilson, Roy Orbison, and more. It's all coming Saturday night, August 4th. Tickets at the door or call the Jewel King store in Newport at 859-491-3461. 859-491-3461. Moonlight Gardens, Saturday night, August 4th. Call for tickets. 859-491-3461. That's 859-491-3461.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 25 years, they've been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-5739.
Hold everything for less. The Pack Store Save event is going on now at the Home Depot, and the shelves are full of smart moving solutions, like moving boxes from as little as 69 cents, bubble wrap, moving blankets, packing tape, all in one place. Moving is stressful enough. Getting what you need in one trip shouldn't be. Make your first move to the Pack Store Save event going on now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through August 22nd, U.S. only.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. As
Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for staying with us. You won't regret it. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with Remax Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Reel. I'll explain that later. And now, the moment we have been waiting for.
I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are dying, and my love is an anchor.
This is the captain of our ship, Miles Beersford, with a moment with Miles. Good morning, Miles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Gary, Cincinnati Public Radio and Everything But the House are teaming up with Remax to hold an auction to benefit public radio in Cincinnati. WVXU and WGUC offer a different perspective in radio, but do not have the benefit of paid advertising. Once again this year, Remax is teaming up with Everything But the House and Cincinnati Public Radio to help the continuation of these two radio stations. Get rid of the clutter around your home or office. Donate an item or two to the Cincinnati Public Radio's Give for Great Radio auction. We're looking for items valued at $150 or more, and our drop-off day is Saturday, July 21st at the Remax office on Union Center Boulevard. Artwork, china, crystal, watches. Find out if your old treasures can help public radio at WVXU.org. Once again, drop-off day is Saturday, July 21st at the Remax office, Union Center Boulevard. Find out if your old treasures can help public radio at WVXU.org. And that's this morning's Moment with Miles.
All right. Thanks, Miles. Appreciate that. All right. Later on, we're going to have a short visit with Rhea Davidson of the Dragonfly Foundation. We've got a lot of regular listeners each week, and I'm so happy and grateful for each and every one of you. Keep telling your friends to tune in and like us on Facebook, too. Next week, I got a great show lined up featuring Rakina Niehaus of Wood and Lamping, a wonderful real estate law firm. They're located downtown Cincinnati. And I would also take a moment to express my gratitude to all the troops, the veterans, and the first responders. These are the men and women who selflessly strive to keep our nation and city streets safe and free. If you're out and about and you see somebody in uniform, give them the thank you sign from afar. Go up and shake their hand, give them a big bear hug, pick up their tab if you're in a restaurant. Let them know that we are very grateful and thankful for everything that they do to provide us with the freedoms that we have here in the United States. So with that, I'd like to move on. We have Mr. Jay Smith, Heartland Payment Systems. His phone number is 513-310-9857. He'll be back with us shortly. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some real estate stuff. You know, today is I got my wife, Mary Jo, with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
She is my support system. Without her, I would be nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, thank you.
People meet me directly. They don't see what she does in the background, but she provides all the data. She puts everything together, makes sure when I walk out the door, I have everything I need so that I can look good and sound good when I meet with clients. But we're in a seller market right now, which means
not enough houses for buyers, so the seller profits from it.
Right. That's right. And here's a little, you know, we got a mutual friend. Her name's Karen Slosher, and we got a lot of friends. But Karen Slosher, she's a trainer, she's a helper, she's an instructor, she's a realtor, she's a manager, she's a blogger, and she gives us a lot of really good stuff. Actually, I got this from a friend of mine, Teresa Boardman. She's from I forget what's St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota. She's a realtor there, and she blogs every day. But this one she gave me, which is called The Golden Rule in a Seller's Market. The Golden Rule, at least the way my parents taught me, is about treating others the way I want to be treated. Once upon a time, I had some buyer clients who made an offer on a home. Their offer was ignored, and the sellers would not negotiate. After at least 2 weeks of hard work, the sellers slowly started to negotiate with the buyers, and eventually they both signed a purchase agreement. Several weeks later, the sellers found themselves in a position of needing a favor from the buyers. The buyers quickly and graciously said yes to the seller's request. Even in a seller's market on a home with multiple offers, the seller may need something from the buyers at some point in the transaction. Maybe a closing date has to be changed. Treating everyone with respect and kindness, promptly responding during negotiations is free and it never hurts. When buyers and sellers don't get along, small problems can turn into huge misunderstandings and even lawsuits. How often have we seen that happen?
Yes. Well, it's a very emotional time for buyers and sellers. Sellers getting rid of a home that maybe they raised their family in. And so it can become quite emotional, but we have to all remember that we're human beings, and we're very lucky that we have clients that understand that, and they look for the benefit for everybody.
Right.
And that's what we do. We put it together.
Yeah.
Get it to the closing table, and everybody leaves with smiles. So that's the goal.
Probably about 98% of the time that happens.
Yeah.
So many times we have buyers and sellers who actually hug at the end of the closing, and that's a neat feeling, to be part of that scenario. Because at the very beginning, what are they? The buyer wants everything for nothing, and the seller wants all of it, and they don't want to give up anything, and they're battling it out almost. And like you said, the emotions go wild, and it gets kind of crazy.
Well, like you say, you solve problems, and a lot of times that's what it is.
Right.
Issues that come up.
So I want to thank Teresa Boardman for giving me that little bit of advice. Just treat everybody like you would want to be treated, and everything will go just fine.
Yeah, it does. You have a lot of success.
Now, something that Karen Schlosser brings up a lot of time is buying and selling real estate is legalized gambling.
I've heard her say that in many classes.
And the reason she says that, let's just take a look at the buyers. Buyers and sellers of real estate gamble every time they enter the market. The seller gambles by picking a price that will attract enough attention to garner an offer and prevent the home from languishing on the market. They gamble by ignoring the first offer considered too low, the one that offends, only to find out later that it was their best offer. I've heard that over and over again. The seller gambles receiving multiple offers and deciding to inform all bidders to bring their highest and best, only to have all bidders decline because they don't want to overpay or they don't want to get into a bidding war. That happens. And the seller also gambles by being blinded by a cash offer without properly vetting the source of the buyer's funds. And our purchase contract states that within so many days, they have to provide written proof of their cash wherever they say it is. They just can't write in all cash and expect the seller to accept that. Now, the buyer gambles by slow to respond to new-to-market listings, thinking a day or two won't matter. We're in that.
Not in today's market.
That's right. If you wait a day, you can lose the house.
Yes.
If you try to negotiate, be a slick, cool buyer and save a couple $1,000 or even $1,000, you're going to lose out. Buyer gambles by disbelieving that the seller really has other offers when they're told. And this is one area of the real estate industry we have to have a little faith. We have a very strict code of ethics that we realtors have to follow. And if we make a statement, if one realtor tells another realtor, I have an offer on the table, by gosh, you better have that offer on the table. And we don't fudge around with that. We don't make these things up just to get higher offers. That's called shopping an offer, and that's against the law for us, and that could cost us a lot of money if we're caught in the middle of that. Buyer gambles by countering a seller's counteroffer and allowing another offer, perhaps a better one, to slip in between that catches the seller's attention. Yeah. The buyer gambles by viewing contingency dates as targets and not what she calls time bombs. Time bombs are little things that you have to, especially if it says time is of the essence, and if you don't pay attention to those clauses and you let an extra day go by, especially in the inspection period, you have to follow those dates very strictly. The buyer gambles by relying on property disclosure forms and sellers to reveal property defects versus getting their own home inspection.
Right.
Even if they're not going to require the seller to, even if they're buying it as is, I always highly, highly recommend get your own home inspection. Have a professional go through that house. Spend 3 hours. Spend $300. That's the best $350 you could spend in the buying process of a home.
Yeah, the best thing is when the seller addresses the issues prior to the buyer finding them.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen many times.
And I highly recommend before a homeowner puts their house on the market, call a home inspector and have it inspected for your knowledge. So you know before the buyer comes through and brings their inspector in, that makes perfect sense. Now you're aware of all the defects that you weren't aware of. You can get them fixed, and then when the buyer comes in and has their inspection done, it's clean as a whistle. That makes things go so much smoother. So I'd like to thank Karen Slosher for that little bit of tidbit in one of her little blogs that she sent out.
Yeah, I get those blogs. They're wonderful.
Yeah, they are. They're good. And so is Teresa Boardman's. I love her stuff when she sends them over. Here's something that was kind of interesting that came across my desk this week. I thought, talking about getting in the future, Jay, listen to this one.
Okay.
Listen to this one. A family in France will soon be the first in the world to move into a house completely printed and constructed from a 3D printer.
I've read about that, and I think I've even seen something on that as well.
The 4-bedroom home in Nantes, France, sits at 1,022 square feet and is a collaborative between the City Council, a housing association, and the University of Nantes.
I actually saw something on, I believe it was CBS. They've done that in Austin, Texas as well.
Did they?
The issues were surrounding the power and the water, as normally, with the insulation and the conduits that go inside the walls. Not able to do that yet in a 3D home.
Yeah. Here it says that the council led on technology and innovation says he believes the 3D printed home process will disrupt the construction industry and claims the project's purpose was to see whether this kind of build could become mainstream for new housing as well as for other communal buildings. For 2,000 years, there hasn't been a change in the paradigm of the construction process. We wanted to sweep the whole construction process away. Let's see, that's why I'm saying that we're at the start of a story we've just written, Once Upon a Time. The printed home was finished in 54 hours, but 4 more additional months were needed for contractors to put in things such as windows, doors, and roof, and, of course, insulation.
Indeed, yeah.
The total building cost was around $233,500, makes the construction of 3D home 20% cheaper than a similar home built using more traditional procedures.
You don't have the square footage there by any chance, do you?
Yeah, the square footage was about 1,022.
1,022, 4-bedroom. Got it.
That's small.
Not a big house, no.
No, they have 4 bedrooms in that.
But that came across my desk from Realtor Magazine. So I'd like to thank Realtor Magazine. They're on top of everything. Teresa Boardman and Karen Slosher for giving me the information for this informative segment of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. We need to go away for our second break. When we come back, I'm going to tantalize you with my music trivia and what's new with credit cards and what is the chip card. More from the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
The knocking in the house is a rockin', don't you bother, come on in.
Chicago. And REO Speedwagon.
Friday, August 10th, Riverbend Music Center. 2 bands, 1 night, and all the hits. REO Speedwagon, Chicago. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
You wouldn't call an electrician for financial advice, so why let a grocery store fill your prescriptions? Hi, I'm Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington. At Save Discount Drugs, we don't sell shoes, pool toys, or engagement rings. Our focus is filling your prescriptions quickly and accurately, usually in 15 minutes or less. If you're uninsured or have high deductible insurance, Save Discount Drugs offers everyday low pricing on all of our medications. We even offer select antibiotics for just $1. That's right, $1 antibiotics. So call us at 859-431-2857 to see how you can save time and money at Save Discount Drugs. We have free parking behind the store with a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs, 859-431-2857. Or check us out online at savediscountdrugs.com.
Move forward in a new career. If you want to create something to work with your hands as well as your brain and see the results of your work, come to the Great Oaks Career Campuses. In just 11 months, you can have a great career in auto body repair, auto mechanics, or diesel mechanics. Go to adults.greatoaks.com for auto body repair, auto mechanics, diesel mechanics, and more. Get moving. Go to adults.greatoaks.com or call Great Oaks at 513-771-8881.
Hey folks, Dirks Bentley here. If you've seen one of my concerts, you know I'm all about energy. Performing, recording, traveling, being a husband and a father, it's a busy life, and I need to be 100% every day. So when my battery starts running low, I grab a sugar-free, vitamin-packed 5-hour energy shot. It tastes great, and it gets me back to 100% fast. Try it. It could work for your busy life, too. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Yanni with his spectacular orchestra, performing live at the Acropolis in all its majesty and beauty. One night only. Friday, July 27th, PNC Pavilion. A powerful 25-year celebration. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and PNCPavilion.com. Yanni with his spectacular orchestra. Acropolis 25. Live.
Clouds will break for some sunshine today. It turns less humid by this afternoon. The high 82, the low near 60 tonight under a clear sky. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, a nice start to the weekend. The humidity will be very low, the high only 81 tomorrow. And then on Sunday, partly sunny. Parts of the area will pick up an afternoon thunderstorm, the high 86. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dan Penanowski on Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
Okay, let's have some fun with music trivia. Here is what happened on this day back in 1963. James Brown went to number 2 on the U.S. album chart with Live at the Apollo, recorded on the night of October 24, 1962 at Brown's own expense. It spent 66 weeks on the Billboard albums chart, and in 2003 the album was ranked number 24 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. How about that?
Rightly so.
Today in 1964, the Beatles' film A Hard Day's Night premiered at the Pavilion in London. Filmed during the height of Beatlemania and written by Alan Owen, the film was made in the style of a mockumentary, describing a couple of days in the lives of the group. And on this day in 1968, the Rolling Stones scored their 5th number 1 single with Jumpin' Jack Flash. Hit the top of the charts. Keith Richards has stated that he and Jagger wrote the lyrics while staying at Richards' country house, where they were awoken one morning by the sound of gardener Jack Dyer walking past the window. When Jagger asked what the noise was, Richards responded, "Oh, that's Jack. That's Jumpin' Jack." How about that? Today in 1971, American jazz trumpeter, singer, and band leader Louis Armstrong died. He had many hits, including the 1964 number one, Hello Dolly, the 1968 number one, What a Wonderful World, plus When the Saints Go Marching In, Ain't Misbehavin', and We Have All the Time in the World. He made frequent uses of laxatives as a means of controlling his weight, resulting in Armstrong appearing in humorous advertisements for laxative product Swiss Chris. The ads bore a picture of him sitting on toilet as viewed through a keyhole with the slogan, Satch says, leave it all behind you. And today in 2001, a pair of Sir Elton John sandals were set to become the most expensive shoes in history when they went under the hammer for charity. Offers over $26,000 were invited for the sandals to raise funds for Elton's Aid Trust. And on this day in 2002, George Harrison's widow Olivia put the couple's home up for sale for, get this, $26,575,900, saying she couldn't bear to live with the memories of the attack by schizophrenic Michael Abram, who broke into the house in 1999. $26 million. Speaking of real estate. All right. Well, there we go. The answer to the trivia question. He was born on this day in 1925. William John Clifton Haley, better known as Bill Haley, singer, guitarist, the first rock and roll star. As Bill Haley in his comments, he had the 1955 number one single, Rock Around the Clock. Haley was one of the earliest acts to bring rock and roll to the attention of white America and the rest of the world. He sold over 60 million records during his career, and he died on February 9th, 1981, only 56 years old. But what he has contributed to the music era of today is incredible, and we thank you.
And that song was the theme song for one of the nation's most popular sitcoms.
Yeah,
back in the 70s.
Happy Days.
Happy Days.
1, 2, 3 o'clock. Yep, I can picture right now. Yeah. Yep. All right, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my fun with music trivia this morning. Some funny things you didn't know that about Louis Armstrong. You heard it here on the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. I have with me Mr. Jay Smith. He is with Heartland Payment Systems. You can reach him at 513-310-9857. We are both members of Clayton and Angel Hicks's H7 group. You can come out and visit us anytime. Tuesdays from noon to 1 at James's Third Base in Mason. The H7 network meets. We have anywhere from 20 to 24 members that attend. You're a small business owner, you're an independent contractor, you're somebody that wants to promote your business, come on by. We welcome you. We have a great environment, wonderful people. That's really what it's about. Come on by. You'll feel very welcome. And we talk about networking, how to network, what is networking. We're going to show you what it is to exchange leads, what is a referral. We're going to go into all that with you. Again, it's from 12 to 1 on Tuesdays at James's Third Base in Mason, corner of Western Row and 42. That's Mr. James Smith. I'm called the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. You can hear us tomorrow. We start our cemetery tour, believe it or not. Every year we have a cemetery tour.
That's a grave situation.
We start out at the Arlington Memorial tomorrow evening from 7 to 9 o'clock right in front of the lake. And then Wednesday we'll be at Spring Grove Cemetery in the Rose Garden, and that's a beautiful setting too. And they're dying to come out and hear us.
Now, are you headstoning? I'm dying to come. I got you. Are you headlining or headstoning?
That's a good one too.
Or Bluestone headstoning.
Yeah, headstoning. That's a good one. So BluestoneIvory.com, our full summer schedule's on there. We're almost halfway through our summer tour so far, but we've been having a great time. We had a packed crowd last night at Miami Valley Gaming, and that's a fun gig up there.
It's a beautiful place, a great environment. I'm sure you had a great following there too.
We had a great time last night. Anyhow, so stay with us. You're not going to regret it. Talking with Mr. Jay Smith with Heartland Payment Systems. We talked a little bit ago about what Heartland Payment Systems does. Now I want to know about that credit card. You know, the credit card has a number. They have an expiration date. Now they got that 3-digit number on the back, and now they're putting chips on them.
That's
When's
right.
it going to stop?
It's not. It's not, and why? Because your information, it's about information. Your information needs to be protected. We can't turn on the news without hearing about a breach or somebody's being hacked, or in the cases of these larger banks and entities like Facebook and Google, where information is being exchanged and being sold and being presented. It's all about how secure is our information. And when it comes to the electronic movement of money, there are rules and regs, PCI DSS, Payment Control Industry Data Security System controls that we're out there to follow. The whole world uses the chip. It's a wonderful thing. It's an idea.
Not everybody has it, though.
Not yet. Most do. But the ability to take the chip, it's the same information that's on your MagTech card reader, the black swipe that's on the back. Same information. It's just put into the chip, so it's more secure, your information.
Okay.
And that's the reason for that.
All right.
Next, I tell business owners when I sit down, they ask me that very same question. What's going to be next? Encryption and tokenization. What is encryption? What is tokenization?
What is that?
Encryption is the ability to take the information that's being transmitted electronically and turn it into, let's call it a separate language, only a language that the receiver can read. Tokenization is being able to take, in the credit card parlance, to take a single transaction and give it a name or an address, as it were, a single identity, and that's tokenization. And again, that can only be read by the receiver. Encryption and tokenization is where this is heading as well. Now, I'm hoping that someone's going to call in and ask about cryptocurrency and ask about what's happening new in those areas.
I was
going
to ask. That was next.
There you go. All right.
I mean, that's a big thing in the world.
It's a big thing. It's not trusted. The John Q. public out there is not sure what's going to happen with cryptocurrency, how it's going to be viewed. What is it going to be? Is it really going to be accepted by business owners? Is your wedding photographer, is your neighborhood florist, is your restaurant, grocery store going to be able to take Bitcoin, going to be able to take other types of cryptocurrencies? Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. The credit card industry, through Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express, and your individual banks, they have that, and they have that tied up right now. So it's going to remain that way. But what's not going to remain is the ability to secure your information.
All right. That's Mr. Jay Smith, Heartland Payment Systems, 513-310-9857. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. We have a little visit with Rhea Davidson of the Dragonfly Foundation coming up next. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480, now FM 99.5 and 107.9.
210 Home Buyers Warranty realizes a home is the single largest investment that most people will ever make. And the last thing that any new homeowner wants to deal with are costly repairs of complex or aging systems. 210 Home Buyers Warranty will fully replace items with no limitations or system age restrictions. They offer the broadest coverage for the best price. Put your trust in Katrina Majeski. She has a solid reputation of going the extra mile for her agents and their clients. Get a quote today. Call 513-544-8504.
Honey, I can't get this done. I'll have to call a plumber.
We'll make it Zinn's Plumbing. I've never heard anything but the best about them.
Why's that?
They're a longtime local family-owned firm that I know I can trust.
Zinn's Plumbing? Okay, I'll call them.
Zinn's Plumbing, can I help you?
Yes, I hope so. My wife gave me strict orders to call only you.
Well, we appreciate that. We do try to be the best plumbing firm in town, and we've been at it close to 40 years now.
Well, how do you charge? Do I get a shock when I see the bill?
With Zinn's Plumbing, you'll always know how much a job will cost before we start. We bill on a flat rate basis, not an inefficient hourly billing system.
How soon can I get service?
Usually on the same day. We work within a 2-hour time frame.
That sounds great. Zinn's Plumbing is great. Ask anyone who knows. Call them at 513-681-2501. 681-2501.
Welcome to Mount Healthy Auto Body.
Howdy!
Howdy, they call me Crash. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Had a little accident, need some body work.
Well, you've come to the right place. Crash. Oops. That's okay. Say, why do they call you Crash?
Heck if I know.
From minor touch-ups to major mess-ups, the name you need to remember is Mount Healthy Auto Body. 521-8600. Mount Healthy Auto Body. Precision collision repair since 1930. 521-8600. Come see them at 1595 Madison Avenue, 1 block north of the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway in beautiful Mount Healthy.
I just saved hundreds of dollars by switching to Geico. I feel like a whole new person.
Disclaimer, you will not become a whole new person. This is impossible. You might be able to join a gym or diet program, buy a new wardrobe, get hair implants, but your DNA and physical form will remain the same. Geico waives any and all liability if you attempt to become a new person, except a cyborg. If you choose to become a half-human, half-cybernetic organism with lasers for eyes, the Geico legal team would be cool with that, because, quote, laser eyes are pretty sweet. Pew, 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 end quote.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we have been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. And, you know, this is the part of the show that you've been great, Jay.
Thank you.
Love you to death. Mary, I love you. You know how much I love you. But this is the segment I wait for every week. This is the lady I want to talk to every Saturday morning after I kiss you goodbye. How about that, Rhea? How about that for a well?
That was a good comeback.
This is my friend Rhea Davison. Good morning, Rhea.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, you've got us all here this morning.
Oh, yay.
Jay, have you ever met Rhea?
Rhea, I'm not sure. Clayton Hicks may have introduced us at one time, but I'm going out on a limb.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
Jay's somebody you need to meet. You need to meet Jay.
I would love that.
All
I would love that.
We'll make it happen.
I'll arrange that meeting.
Sounds good.
All
yes,
right.
Please.
So Rhea, I heard somebody talking this week about Marty Brenneman, and whenever you talk about Marty Brenneman and Dragonfly Foundation, right away they talk about, remember he got his head shaved. I mean, that's like that's the iconic memory of Marty Brenneman with the Dragonfly Foundation is having his head shaved, and it just it's easy to remember. I mean, there was thousands and thousands of people there that night, and that was that sort of opened up the Dragonfly Foundation to the entire city of Cincinnati, and we'd just like to thank Marty Brenneman for that. But the work,
we hear about it every single week.
The work you do far surpasses anything that Marty Brenneman, his beautiful wife, could do, what any of us could do. You actually take the seriousness of the disease. You distract these children, their families, their siblings from the disease. You put smiles on their faces, and that changes their whole paradigm to what they are facing, and they come out on the better end of the stick. Did I say that right?
We certainly try, yeah, and we really try to help them have strength, be distracted, and really give them the opportunity to have support for practical things. There's no book like what to expect when you're expecting. There's no book that says when you have cancer, this is what you're going to need in the hospital, and when you lose your hair, this is how you're going to feel, and here's how you can overcome it. And there's no like real AAA for cancer families, to connect them to the community. So if someone's car breaks down, and especially for those that are coming in from out of town, if they don't have connections and they don't know who to call, we become that conduit to the community. And really that tells you how generous of a community that we are for us to be where we are today. People like you, all the other people that you've helped connect us with, the services, the products, have helped our families so much that, we feel like we've played a role in Cincinnati Children's being listed the #1 pediatric cancer hospital in the country. You know, they are providing awesome medical care, and we're helping to enhance the quality of life that families experience.
Here's a thought I wanted to run by you, and I know that the Cincinnati Children's has been named the #1 pediatric cancer hospital in the country, and they have been named that in the last few years. Do you often feel a little bit responsible for that happening?
You know what? I don't feel responsible for that because the hospital has led everything Dragonfly has done. So when we first started, we asked them, like, what would it take for you to be the #1 hospital in the country? That was an actual question we asked them. And they went and interviewed staff, doctors, child life, social work, 30 people, and came back with a list that was 5 pages long, single-spaced. They knew what they needed, so it's to their credit that they became #1. You know, we really have just been helping them do what they do best, really. And we're so grateful that we're in a position to help them.
That's a great answer. Dragonfly.org. Go to their website. It's a gorgeous website, ladies and gentlemen. And there you can volunteer. You can see what's going on. You can go to their public appearances. With you do 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 things a week. You have listed on your calendar. It's incredible. And we're gearing up for our 2nd annual Rock and Roll Chalk Art and Hot Air Balloon Festival, and I'm expecting a bunch of H7 people to join in on that. I'll be passing these things around.
I'm going to help you with that,
and that's going to be on August the 25th.
Thank you.
You bet. And if you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation right now, you can get your smartphone out. And you can text the word WINGS15, WINGS15, to 71777. It'll open up to a very secure website where you can donate $5, $15, $50, $500, $5,000 if you want. And that's WINGS15 to 71777. I got the credit card guru with me in here, sitting right next to me, so he knows what we're talking about. So anyhow, Rhea, thank you very much for coming on as you do every Saturday morning. I love you to death for that and for the work that you do. And that comes from Mary Jo and I from our deep down in our hearts. We love you
Well, I'm
a whole
hugging
bunch.
you guys right back.
All right, you bet.
So thanks, everybody.
All right. If you have a real estate question or just want to know the value of your home, call me. I'm open for business. My phone number is 513-777-2402. Next week, we have Rakina Niehaus of Wooden Lamping, a wonderful real estate firm located downtown Cincinnati. Coming up next is Dane Donovan and the Car Tech Show. If your car's making funny noises or not making any noises, stay tuned. He'll fix it right on the radio. Playing with Bluestone Ivory and the Westchester Symphony Orchestra this past week, I love the time we were together. This is a sample of that of the concert with Bluestone Ivory and Westchester Symphony together, and this is them doing the Moody Blues hit Nights in White Satin. So stay cool and tune in next week.
Yes, I
Call me, Gary Rossignol, at 513-777-2402 for your real estate needs. I want to help you. Here's a big thank you to my regular major sponsors who make this show possible, as well as RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan. All right, Facebook, thanks for it. Yes, it is. Yeah, that wraps the show. We got, oh my gosh, we got hundreds of people who are watching us.
Well, look at that.
How about,
Are we still on Facebook?
We're still on Facebook.
I'm sitting there talking about pirating movies. Oh my goodness, they're going to come to my house and take me away.
Hey, if you want Jay back on the show, let me know.
Yeah.
We'll bring you back on.
We'll talk about more potent stuff.
Something with substance.
Something next time with a little bit more concrete substance.
All right, I need to sign off now because we got to move out of here for let Dane Donovan come in with the Car Tech Show. Stay tuned on WDJO 1480, 995, or 107.9 FM.